Yes, that's right. It's Sunday afternoon, which means it must be time for Show Us Your Cat. Oh yes. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's jump in. Yes, hello, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, back with some more Show Us Your Cat on this Sunday afternoon. Who would have thought it? We are now on episode 95. If you've got any ideas what I should do for episode 100, which is approaching pretty fast, then put it in the comments section below and I'll see what is feasible to do. But oh my goodness, who thought that we would get this far? As you can see, in the boat park now, we're starting to put some more boats together. We've got here a Tiger and an FX1 currently under construction, which can only mean one thing, which is it's not long now until we're going to be getting back on the water and giving it some beans out there in Vasiliki Bay. Show Us Your Cat is where we take a look around the world at your boats and where it is that you sail them. Yes, you can be featured on Show Us Your Cat. All you need to do is send me pictures or video of your boat and you could be in an upcoming episode of Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. So do get involved, because it is you guys who have been keeping this series going for as long as it has been. And as long as you're still showing us your cats, Showing Us Your Cat is going to keep going. Also, of course, ongoing, we've got the speed stick competition. If you are going out sailing and you've got any kind of GPS device, then record your top speed, send it to me and get on the speed stick. That is a great idea. The action is certainly hotting up there. If you'd like to support Joyrider TV, there's two great ways that you can do this. The first way is through Patreon. Check out the link in the description below. The other is you could head over to totaljoyrider.com and pick yourself up a fresh Cat Fever stripes t-shirt, or maybe one of the many different Giving It the Beans designs. If what you're after isn't there, I can make you your own personalised custom design. But for now, it's time for Show Us Your Cat, and you are in for a treat this week. Let's jump in and take a look at what we're looking at in this week's Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. We're starting off this week by heading back to Mission Bay, San Diego, USA, where we have got Nick. We did see Nick briefly in episode 92. Nick has got a 1983 Cat Fever Hobie 16. So Nick purchased the boat in November last year. He found it on Facebook Marketplace, which is a great source of secondhand stuff in your area. He got it for just $1,200, which is a really good price for a boat in such good shape. The hulls were structurally sound, but they were heavily oxidised. The rigging and trampoline were all very weathered and needed to be replaced, so he replaced them. The boat number and graphics were painted on, and it took quite some time to get those off. The hulls were restored with a lot of wet sanding, waxing and polishing. You can really see the care and attention Nick is putting in to this restoration. The crossbars and tiller assembly were sanded, cleaned and sprayed with multiple coats of industrial primer and paint. The mast was restored using a paint additive, Penetrol, which Nick can really recommend. He thinks it's a great product. He's re-tapped the rudder, replaced the cams, Delrin screws, springs and plungers. So that's a complete overhaul of the rudder system. Now Nick's only been sailing the 16 for about a month, in between 8 to 12 knots of wind, but has managed to get out on the wire and briefly start looking at flying the hull. Now here's Nick sailing in Mission Bay with his daughter for the first time. And you can see here it really does look like Nick has made this 1983 look like a brand new boat. What a great job. And now the fun really begins with some early thrills and spills on the trapeze. But here we can see what perfect conditions it is for a first time out, with the wind gradually increasing throughout the session. This is a great way of increasing and improving your confidence on the boat. Nick says he was most definitely motivated to make the best of the great deal he got on this boat. The biggest selling point he saw was that the hulls were solid, and through self-education, through watching Hobie restoration and rigging videos, and through quite a few Hobie forums, a whole lot of trial and error, and a very supportive wife, it took him 2 months to bring this boat back to this great condition. Now I'd say the satisfaction of now sailing a fantastic looking 16 that you've restored yourself with your daughter, now that is priceless. Very well done, Nick. That is one of the best looking restored Hobie 16s I've seen. So this week we're keeping it in the USA. We're now heading to South Georgia, to Valdosta Yacht Club, where we have Tiger. Tiger has got a Hobie 20 Formula Custom. Oh yes. Now Tiger's no stranger to catamaran sailing. He's been a Division 8 and Division 15 Hobie sailor since the late 80s. And his racing crew is Craig, pictured here having just finished second in the 66th Mount Dora Sailing Regatta. He also occasionally sails with his wife, Glenda, when the wind is a little bit lighter. Now this 20 was originally purchased by Craig back in '96, and he purchased it off Carlton Tucker, absolute catamaran sailing royalty over in the USA. A few years ago, Craig changed tack and invested in a yacht, so he actually gave the 20 to Tiger. What a great friend. That really is the gift that keeps on giving. Since then, Tiger's restored the boat. He got a trampoline from SLO Sail and Canvas. He's replaced all the lines, all new rigging. Probably the most notable feature is he's added these SX Hobie 18 wings. Now Bass Collision did the hull restoration and paint. Web Graphics did the graphics. Southern Powder Coating did the powder coating of pretty much all of the aluminium parts. And then Walker's Welding did the wing fabrication as per Tiger's design to get these 18 wings to fit on the 20. The spinnaker was designed by another part of the USA catamaran sailing royalty, Randy Smythe. And then all that's left for Tiger to do with his 20, he's getting Chip at Whirlwind Sails to build him a furling code 0 spinnaker, the code 0 will allow the guys to sail the 20 on more of a reaching course when it's windy, which should produce some really big speeds. And then in the lighter winds, they'll be able to sail the boat almost upwind with the spinnaker out. So the 20 is certainly looking ready for when racing starts in a couple of weeks. Occasionally the guys take the 20 down to Jupiter in Florida for some serious speed sailing. They've recently taken the top spot on the speed stick with a speed of 23.9 knots. That must have been absolutely cooking. I bet this thing kicks up a lot of spray when you're going that fast. This speed has been accurately recorded on their brand new Velocitech GPS. That's a good choice. Now this footage is taken from Brooke and Braden on board their 55-foot Nordhaven trawler, Mermaid Monster. These guys actually live on the trawler. You can check out what they get up to in the link below on their YouTube channel. And then here's Braden on board the 20, along with Craig and Craig's wife Shari, having what can only be described as a fantastic time. So thanks very much guys for sending us in those videos and photos of this absolutely incredible looking Hobie 20 SX Formula Magnum Special Deluxe. We hope you have a lot of great sailing to come, and it'll be interesting to see how long you can keep that top spot on the leaderboard. So there we go. Thanks once again to Nick and to Tiger and everybody else who's been involved sending us pictures and videos for this week's episode of Show Us Your Cat. I'll be back, of course, next week with more Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. Before then, on Wednesday, I'll be back with more Q&A live. It'll be from the boat park this week, and it'll be at the old time of 5:30 Greek time. So that will actually be 2.5 hours later than the time that we have been going out previously. Of course, if you can't make it at that time, you are very welcome to send me in your questions early, and I will go through your questions during that session on Wednesday. But otherwise, stay safe out there. Be back soon with some more on Joyrider TV. Thank you very much.